Welcome back. When I made my Devil May Cry franchise review, a lot of people asking me if I will do the same thing with Onimusha and what I thought about it. So here it is for you guys, the review of, or the franchise review of Onimusha. The first Onimusha came out in 2000, of course Europe, and at that time it has amazing graphics, just mind-blowing amazing graphics, even though the controls are really stiff because it has the old style Resident Evil controls. Of course, another franchise from Capcom, but whatever, no one cared about it at the time because the graphics are amazing. This whole story was about Nobunaga Oda with his so-called demon army called the Genma trying to take over Japan and the whole world, and of course the main character is trying to stop him. Then years later Onimusha 2 came. The story was basically the same again, Nobunaga Oda with the Genma trying to take over the world, and another character, main character, is trying again to stop him. And again the controls were the same controls as Onimusha 1. Then a couple of days later come Onimusha 3. And finally the controls you can have with your sticks, you can play with your sticks. And this time around the whole story was about two different characters. One character from France and one from Japan. And the character from France was transported to Japan, to the old style Japan. And the character from Japan was transported to modern day France. Then Onimusha Dawn of Dreams came, was totally different. Why? Because even though it was still a hack and slash game, it was still the same basic, even though basic story. This time around all three the games had Nobunaga Oda as the main bad guy, but on Onimusha 4 Nobunaga Oda was defeated and Hideyoshi took over, but again with his army of Genma trying to take over Japan and the entire world. So I know there is one game missing. I think it's called Onimusha Dawn of the Blade or Dawn of Blades, I don't know. It is a beat 'em up, a fighting game that you can play with your favorite enemies and your favorite heroes. You can fight against each other. The game is extremely rare, incredible hard to find, and if I would ever find it, of course I will pick it up. But overall the Onimusha series is just an amazing game. It is a lot of fun to play. Even though sometimes it is really hard because there's something I didn't tell you, that on the Onimusha games there are a lot of puzzles to solve, way more complicated than on Devil May Cry, and sometimes I did have a hard time and I just checked out on Google and see what I have to do. So if you're a fan of hack and slash games, and if you can find one of those 4 games or 5 games, definitely pick them up. They're a lot of fun. Tons of content in them, and it's just great games. And I hope a new Onimusha will be unveiled or released on the PlayStation 3 or on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox. I don't mind, because the Onimusha series is just a great series. And I hope you like this franchise review, and I see you very soon.